All right, gentlemen, we are live, and welcome everyone to what's in the comment box this week. I am joined hopefully by these three gentlemen. Ray is still sorting out some technical difficulties, but over to my right here is Damien, aka Sleepy Reader, aka Sleepy Book Reader.
Sleepy Book Reader. I'm currently reading this book, The War Against the Rull.
Okay.
So obviously,
my other channel.
He's a very, he's a Renaissance man, and so to speak, here on the YouTubes. And speaking of Renaissance men, I have Aaron, Psychotronic Squirt Gum below me.
What up, people? Good people.
He of the music, he of the claim sales, he of the YouTube hauls. A man who wears many, many different hats here on YouTube.
Yeah. Definitely a Renaissance man.
Thank you so much. Digging the YT friendships I'm striking up here. It's so cool, man. I love it.
It is incredible to me how, those of us that have, similar interests just sort of bond here.
Yeah.
So quickly. To that end, I mean, when I was setting up this video, Damien, I put my name. Hey, Ray! Ray's here. Oh, he's back out. Oh, he'll come back, hopefully.
What?
As I was setting up this video, I put in Metarog to put my notification on. And guess what? Remember that contest that you won like 5 years ago of mine? That video came up where I think I was shopping for you, and I got you a Godzilla and a bunch of other comics.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that showed up in my stream. Ray, you hear me, buddy?
You guys,
I forget how long we've been at this. That contest was so long ago.
You guys are the YT sages of old, right?
You'll be one soon.
Yeah, that's right. Ray's still trying to figure things out, but he usually does.
We could hear Ray.
We'll get Ray squared away. Don't you worry. We'll get him squared away.
I see some weirdo named James Higgins in the comments.
What's going on?
Oh, that's Higgy Pop. Little Higgy Pop salute there. Let's go through the chat real quick.
He's using an alias.
Yeah, I think he has two accounts, probably because
okay.
Yeah, he's probably logged in under that one. Let's look at the chat real quick. I know that Las Cruces was here tailgating before anybody started. My buddy Scotty from North Carolina. How you doing, Scotty? No, I do not know anything about Battle Damage Terminator action figure. If anybody else does, please let us know. My buddy Paul, Big O, from down in Florida, is here. Our buddy Jacob is here. Can't have a stream without Jacob. He's always he's ubiquitous on my streams, at least. And of course, we have the Jackson Roy Kirk.
That's right.
He says, "Look at the razzing I get here. Live from the penthouse on Tuesday afternoon. It's books outside the box." Yeah.
Well, they're outside the box now, so
yeah. Still not a penthouse. Trust me on that one. And as we said, James Higgins. That sounds very formal. I mean, I just don't see it as a James Higgins.
Is that a picture of him and his mom there? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be at his mom's.
I think I tried calling him James one time. He goes, "Call me Higgy."
Call me Higgy. Yeah. My four favorite people. Thank you. You're definitely one of mine. So here we have Greyman.
Don't tell the people you're prank calling, James.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, especially like Mr. Rigamortis he called the other day. Now he's back to Higgy. There you go. I'm straight.
Put his Hawkman costume.
Straighten that right out.
JRK did not mean jerk. Okay, that's good to know.
I read that in the stream one time. I was like, whoa.
All right. Damien, will you start us off, sir? Let us know what you have up over there.
Well, I have been digging around through boxes that I had as I unpack some stuff now, and I came across from a few years ago. The people who do Nexus tried publishing on their own a Sunday newspaper supplement size Nexus.
Wow, beautiful. Wow.
So it's crazy. I don't know how to store it at all.
Welcome, Azkaban.
I don't know how to hold it up.
I love that.
And if you love Steve Rude art, this is a fantastic way to enjoy it.
Sure.
Wow. I've never
And
seen that before. I thought it was one of those Wednesday comics that DC published about 2
Wow, look
right,
at
it's the
this.
size, same size. I'm not sure how many issues they published, maybe like 8.
Do you remember where you got that, Damien? Or did you get it?
I actually got it at Cosmic Monkey, one of the most well-stocked comic book stores in Portland.
Okay.
At the time it was coming out. But I think they still have copies. I've seen them sitting around.
Wow.
So I think most people just had no idea what to make of this, and most stores didn't carry it.
I do tend to snatch up the Nexus, even though it's still floating around, you know?
Yeah. Well, Nexus is great whenever Steve Rude is the one drawing it.
Yeah.
And the issues he's not drawing can be a bummer. But yeah, so these are real fun, strange items. It's all part of a story, I think, called it's got a weird title. I can't find it now. Oh, well, maybe it's not on here. Like something about Gormando. I don't know who Gormando is. And then I dug up this Hulk comic book on record. I haven't ever opened this up to see what condition the record's in. But I need to set my record player back up because I also found this issue of Nexus. This I think it's like the second or third issue. So third issue, and it's the one that has a flexi disc inside.
Wow.
Where they read this whole story to you with music and actors and stuff.
Holy cow.
It's very ambitious for a small press comic on their third issue.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. I
By
got
the way, that power record, that Hulk power record, I remember asking my mom to buy me that as a kid, that same exact issue. And I had one of those self-contained record players with the speaker that you folded out.
Oh, right. Like it opens up like a box.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I remember playing that. I mean, the special effects I thought were great. When I heard it on YouTube, they were like terrible. But back then, as a kid, I thought it was spectacular.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. The only
I like collecting these. I got some other ones at Higgy's store. In fact,
cool.
Second Alarm Comics. And then I dug up The Price, which I haven't read in forever. A sort of a prologue before Dreadstar, I think.
Cool.
From the Metamorphosis Odyssey.
Wow.
And an issue of The Rook with a Richard Corbin cover. The Rook was a time travel character that Warren magazine had.
I remember that.
And then I think this is from about 10 years ago, a special issue of Heavy Metal that includes a portfolio of Jack Kirby drawings that he did for the movie Lord of Light, which was never made into a movie.
Wow.
Instead, this is Ray there? Oh, hi, Ray.
He's there. Yeah.
I was just watching you on YouTube, and I can hear you guys beautiful.
All right,
but I can't hear you now.
Stay on, and you can just do your round next.
We'll just like point to you and say your turn.
Yeah, you're fine.
So the Lord of Light was a novel that they were going to turn into a movie, but instead they used Jack Kirby's work and some other pre-production stuff to try to rescue the hostages in Iran.
Huh.
I think they made a movie about this, but I never saw it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, Damien. Yeah.
But I think in the movie they changed the particulars so they don't include Jack Kirby.
Look how rich those colors are. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
So this is an example of what Jack Kirby would do when he's working in Hollywood, giving them set designs.
Wow.
Wow.
So if you ever see this particular issue of Heavy Metal lying around, even if you're not normally a Heavy Metal fan, I think it's
Hey, W. Boggs, how you doing, buddy? Thanks
Good
for coming
tip.
by.
Good tip, Damien.
If you're a Kirby fan, which I assume most of you are.
I think most of us are, yeah.
This one is particularly incredible. Anyway.
Yeah, he's really good at drawing those grandiose characters, with the ornate little gold filings and everything.
Yeah, the towering gods, right?
Yeah. Like his
I wish there was even more.
Wow.
I wish there was even more of this, but anyway, that's.
I think Ray has a lot of the Eternals, and the Celestials he draws in those Eternals are just amazing. Just the detail is just fabulous.
Yeah, this seems kind of similar to the Eternals, doesn't it?
That's right. He did used to Lords of Light.
And
Bukla aerial attack.
This is
Sorry.
a fanzine from 1981 called LOC, Letters of Comment.
Huh.
So it's devoted to people writing in letters about comics.
Huh, I've never seen that
Wow.
before.
But I think it also has actual articles in it too. And I actually got this because there was an earlier like Ditto fanzine called Letters of Comment that I actually subscribed to as a kid and didn't save. So I was
Wow.
trying to find it, but I was
Oh.
never able to find it. All I could find is this one.
Hey, Sleepy, I just won Vinnie Barbarino.
A Vinnie Barbarino figure. Okay.
Up
You know,
nose,
I get
put it
confused. I
behold.
start to think Higgy is Vinnie Barbarino.
Well, you know,
He could do it.
He
Perfect.
does it so well.
if he goes over to Brooklyn, he probably would, pass as him.
It's a special Batman issue of Comic Book Marketplace.
I do have that one.
So if you're a Batman fan, it's a nice one. It's just all articles and covers from Batman comics.
Sorry, Jackson, I'm going off a 50-year-old memory there. So
And here's
That's
a
pretty
random
close.
beat up issue of I don't know how to pronounce it. Amra, the fanzine for people who were into Robert E. Howard.
oh,
I assume this is from the 70s. I don't even know if I can find a date.
I bet you Jackson's interested in that.
1970. So it's got like a poem by L. Sprague de Camp in there. And yeah, it looks like it's got people's fiction, actually. I thought it was going to be articles about Robert E. Howard. But anyway, this was the Robert E. Howard fanzine back in the day. So that's... I like these really old fanzines.
Amra,
and this-
which means lion.
Right, means lion in some made-up African language.
Made up Africa, yeah. Yeah, that's...
This is the Barks collector for Karl Barks fans back in the day.
Wow, this is cool stuff, man.
I don't know what year this is either.
Yeah, you're just pulling up.
This is from 1980. So, they have lists of comics that Karl Barks did. And
I love that. I love that.
little, Karl Barks crossword puzzle.
Wow. You
As
just-
a completist, I love when
And
they
I
have
guess Karl
checklists
Barks
for
gave
artists
them a
and characters.
drawing to put in there. There's his
Cool.
portrait of himself as a duck. And this one, Comic World, I don't know much about it. I haven't read this one yet. But it's got an article on the Vigilante.
Yeah, you did it.
You got it?
Oh,
Nope.
he had it.
He had it.
An article on the Yellow Claw. So anyway, old fanzine from I don't know when. I would assume the 70s.
That has nothing to do with the no, I'm sorry. Forget it. I thought it was the Kubert School, but it's not.
This is some great stuff, man.
And this one I'd never heard of before. I can't
Well,
remember
buddy.
where I found it. It's the Harvard Journal of Pictorial Fiction. So it's a fanzine published at Harvard. So I think Higgy would like that. He could get out his pipe and go,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's comic books. They're
Oh,
very
yeah, the
intellectual."
Hey, Steve, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Russ, welcome.
I swiped this from Damien's fanzine box.
All right, there's Ray.
Yeah,
And
he's
this
back.
one seems to have a lot of articles on Brune Hogarth, the Tarzan artist.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what else is in here.
Cool stuff.
man,
Wow.
this is stuff you just don't see.
I
You just
know.
don't see this around.
It is hard to find that stuff.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was
man.
looking for certain fanzine over at Heroes Con, and they were very few and far between. And when you did find them, they were like ridiculously expensive.
Yes, there's some that I just have not bought because people want $150 for them or something.
Yeah, there's this guy who had Rocket Blast Comic Collector, which was fabulous stuff from back in the 60s and 70s.
Right.
But the cheapest one was $25.
Wow.
I was like, I used to find those in dollar bins.
Yeah, that's one of the more common. It was a big one, relatively
Yeah.
speaking.
That was almost bordering on a prozine.
Right.
Yeah.
And
All
that
right, great stuff.
and
Great
that
stuff.
flexi disc in the Nexus. Wow, man.
Yeah,
The only flexi disc I have is like a Timothy Truman Shaman or something like that.
Oh,
like
I didn't
issue
know about that.
33. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a thing in the 80s. A few people tried the flexi discs.
Yeah. Well, Timothy Truman was in a band, a garage like blues band, and he made his comic book publisher do that.
Oh, cool.
Of course, Aaron would know that. Ray,
Now
I'm
we
so
need a
glad you got
comic to
on,
go
buddy.
with your album, Aaron.
Yeah,
so
dude.
we're all set.
Good to have you. Everybody say hi to Ray. Now
What
that
up,
he's
Ray?
back near us.
Hey,
You made it, bro. You made it.
Yes. This show is it doesn't work without Ray. I guarantee you that.
He normally kicks it off, but man,
He normally kicks it off, but we let Damien go. He has seniority.
we
other
saw some
than
special
Ray.
fanzines and other awesome stuff.
Yeah. What you got, buddy?
What's in the box? I got comic books in my box.
You
Nice,
do. I'm
dude.
shocked. Absolutely stunned. Flabbergasted even.
Flabbergasted.
It comes as a big surprise.
Thank you, Aaron, for translating. I appreciate that.
Ooh, West Coast.
Yay.
Very first issue.
Very appropriate because we have two West Coasters here.
Yes.
Oh, a twofer.
That might win the award for most floating heads.
Yeah, that's
At
a
least
lot.
it's
Yeah.
in the
Oh
running.
yeah, that's a
That
good
is a
idea.
lot.
Wow, you're right.
Both,
Not
dir-
one of them.
both direct and
I was
easy.
looking for Comic Man Musings fanzine, but there are none. No fans.
Two.
Blank.
Yeah, I remember enjoying the miniseries more than the series itself.
Yeah, miniseries was cool. How they all come together, and
Yeah.
I mean, it was Steve Englehart, but not his best work.
Right.
Yeah, better. I would say it was average at best.
Four. Roger, you got your baby covers?
No, I do not have baby covers, man. I can't make it on Saturday anyway. I'm going to a con, so
Really?
yeah.
That's the Slingers, right?
But I may be visiting you next Saturday after that, so we'll see.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My wife is in guide dog school. She's
Wow.
getting a guide dog.
Yeah.
So I'm alone for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. That was a 4-part issue.
Limited
That was a
series.
miniseries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a 4-part series.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. That was their first appearance was in that miniseries, and then they got the regular.
Now here we go with number 1.
That's right. Volume 2. Boom.
No, I'm not going to be on Saturday, Gray, because I don't have baby covers, and I'm going to a convention. It's just a comic book, just comic book stuff, not
Just
like,
another comic book thing.
yeah, not like a Heroes Con. It's just a small, it's in a social hall kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3.
Yeah, buddy, we'll make it
Craven.
happen. We'll make it happen.
Craven versus Tigra.
Now they actually squared off in Marvel Chillers back in the 70s. So there's history
I
there.
vaguely remember that.
5.
How's that spine? That black spine? No.
Yes, I agree with that. Jackson.
Englehart did deliver on Silver Surfer.
I got a whole bunch of Silver Surfer in Florida. I read a few of them, and so far, pretty darn good.
I think I got an Englehart from the Indies from the 80s somewhere.
He did some indie stuff, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
don't know how well renowned it was, but
Who's that villain?
That is Master Pandemonium.
Oh, okay.
excellent.
He is his. This is interesting. His limbs are actually made up of demons,
Whoa.
Creepy.
so he can actually kind of disperse them, like eject them,
And then he's limbless.
and then he's limbless. Yeah, it's like, who thought of this?
Steve Englehart, I guess.
Steve, maybe, I don't know.
And 2 of those.
I think the Metal Men predate Silver Surfers, but I'm not sure why that Silver was not part of it. Maybe the metal didn't have the properties to complement the other Metal Men. I don't know. Listen, the Metal Men were created over a weekend by Kanigher.
There we go.
Ross Andrews. So
25th anniversary.
yeah,
3. Happy anniversary.
exactly, Scotty. Exactly. Our fall off boy, demonized. That's who it is. Yeah, look at that costume back there of Damien Hellstrom.
What?
No bueno.
No bueno, indeed.
You decided to put a shirt on.
Yeah.
Where's this pitchfork? I didn't see the pitchfork.
Show that again, Ray. Show that again. Yeah, he's got a little trident thing. Look, see on his hand? He's got a little bitty thing.
Like a little wand instead of a pitchfork.
So silly.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, Moon Knight joins the team, right? Or did he already join the team at this point?
No, he joined it right there, which didn't make any sense. He's not a team player, you know.
Right. Yeah, he should be a loner.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the case, Scotty, but I'm pretty sure the Metal Men were quite a bit before.
That's way up.
Silver Surfer.
17.
Metal Men.
Is that like how many villains can you spot on the cover? Yeah.
That's cool.
That was a cool one. 22.
Yeah, that actually was a good story there, Aaron, where they go back in time and the time machine breaks. It can only go backwards.
Oh,
So they have to go further back in time where they know that Dr. Doom was with his time machine to get that time machine to go forward in time.
No Immortus in there, huh?
I think there might have been a mention or two of them, yeah. But I thought that was a pretty good story. I mean, I thought it was clever, you know.
Yeah. I barely remember. That's
Oh, no.
Yeah.
One with a barcode, one without.
One without.
because that's later
It must
80s
be,
stuff.
Yeah, it might be a direct edition.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
it might
that
be
in
the
the
direct
beginning.
edition. They just didn't put the little logo in there. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
And or anything.
Yeah.
I know they did that in the beginning of Direct, right? When they were printing Direct.
That's a nice cover too.
Yeah, I don't think that they were thinking about that per se, Scotty. They just wanted to make them look cool. Yeah.
Al Milgrom.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Yeah, Al. I don't know. What do you guys think about Al Milgrom? I think he's average, you know.
Yeah.
He's a solid old school guy, right? You know.
Yeah. I mean, some of his stuff is
Some of it's
quite good when he has
Some of
time.
it-
But
some of
I
it
think-
seems like he's phoning it in.
yeah, I think a lot of this. Well, I don't even know if it's his fault. I think they just like, hey, we need this, you know, stat. you know?
Right. I think it was also an era where Jim Shooter wanted everything simplified.
Maybe.
He didn't like big panels. He wanted things looking smaller.
That's a good theory, Scott. That probably makes the most sense. Yeah.
He was cracking the whip.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that makes the most sense. Yeah.
once they had platinum, then silver visually didn't work.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because like Mercury is not really red; it's metal kind of colored. They tint it red for those thermometers, but
Right. Right. It's more sort of a steel color, right?
steel color. Yeah.
I would say I like assuming a lot of these are Al Milgrom covers. I like him better as a cover artist than interiors.
I agree.
That's still him.
Hey, Bill, how you doing, buddy? You're back from vacation?
Here's a bull cover.
Yeah, you used that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I use this one.
Yeah. Yeah, you got ripped
Good
off, man, Ray. Great, copying covers. Come on. Greyman. Yeah.
Hey, man, he didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, he's 10.
10.
10. Because they were already shown and they already got 10 beforehand.
Nice.
That
And
was
then, of course, he says, well, but I'm always last.
Nice.
Weak. Hey, Manny, how you doing, buddy?
Emmanuel.
Solid on Spectacular, Team Up, and Deadly Foes. I don't remember his team up covers that well. I mean, maybe I don't know if that's good or bad, but.
Cool. 235. Doom.
That's a great Doom cover.
That's a nice one,
I
yeah.
always like a good Doom
I
cover.
like the shadowing and the lightning and in the background there. Hey, Fireball, welcome. Good to have you.
What up, Fireball?
Love that logo, by the way.
6.
Yeah, Dr. Pym. I like, how they included Dr. Pym, not like Giant Man, not Ant-Man.
Mhm.
Right.
He was just like the scientist, and then he had these pockets with these little things that he would enlarge. He himself
very
wouldn't,
cool.
but things would, you know. Like I think there was like this big team, you know, coming at them, and he enlarged like the stadium. It just plowed on top of them.
38.
Some kind of evil punk rocker there.
Yeah.
The Defiler.
The Defiler. Mm-hmm.
It's a cool name.
I haven't read a lot of West Coast Avengers, so it's.
I vaguely remember the volume 2 stuff, even the volume 1, but I remember as a kid liking it. The volume.
Yeah, I read the whole thing, and it's uneven to be sure.
So although
once you get past like the 30s and 40s, you get now the Byrne era, good art, of course, but the stories are kind of odd, you know.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Like here.
the what are they called? The Great Lakes Avengers.
Great
then.
Lakes Avenger.
Yeah.
Because of course you have a West Coast and you have a East Coast, and you got to
Right.
meet them. They were like, well, what if it
Yeah.
happens over Kansas? You know, it would take a long time to get there.
And annual number 3.
Ah, cool.
All right, somebody else go.
All right.
somebody else.
Let's go with Aaron. How you
Okay.
doing, buddy?
Hello,
Gunner.
everyone.
Thank you for coming on. Always a great time with Aaron on the stream.
Love being here. You guys know that. And I generally just pull from the chaos. Stuff just comes in, or I go to my LCL that isn't so L. And so we'll
Long
start off
distance
today.
comic shop.
Yeah.
LDLS.
1972. We have Marvel Premiere number 6.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah, I got this from my buddy Sean. But we
I
got
think
the
that's a Plug cover.
Shambler from
The
the
Shambler.
Yeah, that's
very cool.
That's very
Yeah, that looks very Plug. I think you're right.
very looks like Plug to me. Yeah.
I do like, I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Right around there.
Is
No,
Is
this
that-
is not a
is
claim
that
sale. Not
Brunner
a claim. Look at these two guys.
that
Look at
Brunner?
this.
I don't know. Like,
Brunner on the inside.
yeah, I think so. And Sal Buscema does the inks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at these guys trying to claim stuff already, Aaron.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
This does not go in the claims, you
Yeah,
guys.
this is Aaron's
it's
PC.
beautiful.
stuff.
What if they offer $100?
Then they could have it.
How does it smell? How does it smell? Let me know.
Not a
Let me
lot
know
of
the smell. Mm.
No, I do these claims. You guys bring it up, but I also like whatever money I get from it. I just go for stuff that I want. Like I used to have Amazing Spider-Man from the 70s to like 2008 or something.
Mhm.
And this is 1973, Amazing Spider-Man 128. And
Cool.
look, it
Oh.
can't be. I love those kind of.
That's a
Yeah.
classic.
Scotty
cover.
says he's still trigger happy from last night. Okay, that makes sense.
Hey, thank you, Scotty, for being there last night. It was really cool, man. And this is nice and clean. I think this was, you guys. I do the eBay. I do like big, purchases, and I try to hold on to most of what I love.
Yeah, this was a really good era of Spider. I remember this when I was buying Spider-Man. Probably Damien too down
Is
there.
that
yeah,
Ross
definitely.
Andrew?
And probably Ray too.
Yes,
actually.
that was Andrew. Ross
Yeah.
Andrew. I think he's underrated artist.
Yeah, he started just a little before this, I do believe, after the
Right up
um,
back.
after the death of Green Goblin. Ramita left.
And I was mostly a Marvel zombie, you guys, growing up and stuff. But this is 1976, and it's Superboy, Legion of Superheroes.
Where is that Fireball?
Right?
25-cent comics. Now you're calling my name.
Issue 214. So
Oh, this is a great story here, Aaron. You got to read this one.
okay,
You got to read this one.
I know. I'm very interested in reading the Legion.
Is that going to be Mike Grell inside?
I think so.
Yeah.
I do love my Grail. I didn't really know that. I didn't know Grail.
Kentucky. Okay, all right.
This-
So Kentuckians, go to it.
It didn't really say, but I know Grail did it at this time. I know he did the cover. So
Yeah, it was Cockrum, and then it transitioned to Grell.
And you know, I hear that the Legion after Superboy left got really freaking awesome too. So
Yeah, no, it was good throughout, honestly.
that's cool.
Just it just depended on your perspective, because you had the writers were so focused on just that universe that they wouldn't worry about the crossovers and all that, so that made it very insular, and I like that.
That's probably what made it better. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I love when they insulate.
Never read the Brian Michael Bendis Legion. It'll make you vomit in your mouth or something.
I know he's done good stuff.
I read about half of it. I couldn't stand it.
I know he's done good stuff. I'm willing to read his Daredevil, and that's about it.
He's done some good stuff, but by the time he went to DC, he'd lost it.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, I like his Dark Avengers. But this is 1976.
But he really, really bombed on the Legion. It was just
all right.
How bad that was.
Manny finished his Spectacular Spider-Man run. Okay, so we're getting a video from Manny soon. Great.
Wow, that is cause to celebrate. So issue 45.
Cannot go wrong with Master of Kung Fu.
I know,
definitely not.
Man. Look at them taking out these peeps.
Yeah, man. That was my guy.
And the beautiful woman in the back, wondering what's going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got it all. I mean,
Paul Glucci.
Paul Galassi, yep, fantastic.
Yeah,
he lives around here.
Oh, really? He lives in Portland?
I know.
Okay.
Not in Portland, across the river in Washington State.
Washington State? Okay, so he's by Aaron.
Well, still closer to me, but in Aaron State.
And look at the detail on the faces there, like that.
So good. Such good stuff.
Man.
I know a lot of creators love Portland. They love living. I love visiting Portland. So
apparently,
Bendis. We got a lot of Bendis.
Bendis discussed. I dropped him. I dropped Bendis after Civil War, New Avengers, that era, and went into Secret Invasion. I thought that was good, but it totally derailed what was happening in the Marvel universe at that time, and I didn't like it. And then I didn't like how he was decompressing, and there was one voice, right? It was the Bendis voice for all characters.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't have an opinion of him other than the Legion stuff, which was like Damien said. I was just like, this is not the Legion at all. That I knew. It was just a bunch of crazed.
Yeah, and it was not readable.
Let's just not go there.
Yeah.
I tried his Superman, and the art was so awesome, but I just couldn't get into him. And I didn't like what he did to his son and all this stuff. It's just
this whole son thing was terrible. Yeah.
1974.
I get very upset about that one.
Yeah, me too, buddy, because everyone loved the two together there. Damien.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good era for his son, and then I remember getting that issue as a subscription copy when I was a kid.
Oh, I got it off the rack. Okay, you got subscription. Okay.
I got it folded in half and stuck in my.
I remember that little brown wrapper
with the buggy.
Yeah, the buggy. I love the buggy, you guys.
Yeah.
Now this is, I think, my very first comic that I.
Look what Ray's got. Hold on a second.
Ray's got it.
Hold on a second. Look at this.
Nice. Well, Ray wins the Spider-Man.
Is that webbing?
Today.
Yeah, webbing.
I fell down.
No.
Oh no, Ray.
Well, that's pretty much what happened to the Spider-Mobile too. It got wrecked and it was never redone. Cool.
That's amazing.
But I think when I was a kid in the 70s, I mean a little kid, I was reading comics. I think the very first one was 166, which was the Stegron lizard in the dinosaur museum. So I think that this one was a little bit before my time, but it's really nice.
Eric, welcome, my friend.
Hi, great.
It's great to have you here. Yeah, you Bendis characters that spin the bottle word balloons. Very well put. Very well put there. I agree. Yes.
1983, the new Teen Titans, 32. Like I said,
nice.
I recently read. It took me all these years to finally read Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, everyone knew about it, right? Yeah. And I knew the covers, I knew it, but I finally read it, and I was just so blown away by it. It might be my favorite superhero teen book I've ever read, and so it makes me want all of these new Teen Titans with the same creative team.
It's really good. The new Teen Titans. I mean, through 50 something, it's just spectacular stuff.
I've read a lot of like Raven. I'm always intrigued by Raven. Starfire. I love the ladies on this.
Yeah, me too. Morbius. He didn't get a lot of appearances in the 70s with Spider-Man for whatever reason. His own title. But yeah, I like the villain.
Maybe his popularity. There was a resurgence in his popularity in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, he came back.
He brought back a lot of the horror characters in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, he had his own series in Fear.
And
he
then
did
in the
appear
Black
like
and
a
White
Giant
magazine,
Size and
Vampire Tales.
And Vampire Tales, yes, correct. And he did have a Marvel team up, I remember, which was a really good story.
Yeah, I think that was Marvel Team Up 2
So
or
speaking
3.
of the 90s,
Yeah, it was very early. Yeah.
We'll do this comic book from the 90s,
Not the 90s. No.
1996, but it's Batman 527.
Actually, Batman was one of the few good things in the 90s.
Yeah, I always came in and out of Batman during the 90s when I was out of comics and enjoying it. I didn't like that there were so many like big events that I had to.
Yeah.
I was too lazy to go and find the other issues. I just wanted to jump in. But yeah, I collect it now, man. And you could get Batman from the 90s, great stories on the cheap, man.
Very cheap, yeah.
So
very good stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. But you got to watch
New Teen Titans. If I was to suggest to somebody, hey, do you want to read, really the apex of comics in the 80s? I would say New Teen Titans with Wolfman and Perez. I mean, just there's not a bad issue, at least through the 50s that I recall. Just excellent stuff.
Yeah,
if you're interested in superheroes at all, that's a run you have to read.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people used to say, "Oh, those are DC's X-Men." No, it was done very.
No, it did something much different.
Yeah, recently read the first one, so you guys. Once I get it all collected, I'm just going to keep going. I am a floppy guy. I should be getting these graphic novels and
you look be in good shape. I wouldn't call you floppy. Oh, you meant comic books. Okay, sorry.
1984. We've got indies from the 80s, except it's not really an indie. It's epic. But it is Steve Englehart, number 8. So I don't know.
Creator-owned, you can call it.
Yeah, creator-owned Marvel work. But I love this
was.
cover. Sly Santangelo has shown the Shadow Cabinet. What the heck's going on here?
Higgy saying great
They're
stuff.
taking out his brain.
Matt Collects, welcome. Great to see you.
Yeah, he's taking out his brain there. But so I don't know how did you guys read any of this, Steve Englehart? I know.
I think it was at Eclipse for a while because I seem to remember reading an Eclipse version of that character.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Maybe my memory's wrong, but
I know that first an Eclipse did steal things from Epic, or whatever.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Oh, he's still alive with half his brain gone.
Like here's when Dreadstar was with Epic, right?
Oh yeah.
Hey Darren, welcome, bud. Oh, just hanging out, showing some comics, Darren. That's all.
Just hanging out. Here's another because I'm so Marvel heavy.
So true, Jackson. You got me there.
What did he say now?
He said just because Roger works out for 4 seconds on camera, he should not take another. He's right.
There's 4 seconds you'll never get back, Roger.
I actually do jogging and long walks, but
Yeah, you got to keep things moving, man.
Yeah.
You're getting in trouble. 1980, Justice League 180.
Cool.
Is that a Perez cover? Or maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't think he's started till a little later than this.
Yeah, it's just because there were so many characters at first, it made me think of Perez, but I don't think it is him.
I'm very interested in reading a couple years before the Justice League International. I'm more familiar with.
No way, Higgy, not even close. Hey, Angel, welcome, my friend. Good to have you here.
Pretty good stuff. And this is what Higgy would call a whoa plus.
Whoa plus, yeah.
But they're still, they're beautiful to have, even the warm ones,
Yeah, that's Dick Dillon interior art. I can recognize that.
Wow. And I do remember being indoctrinated by this Spalding commercial.
Yep. I went out and bought one of those basketballs because of that ad.
this ad was in the back of almost every comic at one time.
Yeah.
You know?
I never could hit a 30-footer with a ball, but yeah, I got the basket.
So, should we go with a true indies from the 80s? Something that is
Sure.
not highly regarded or just forgotten.
We're a variety show here, Aaron. No problem.
1989, Cyber 7 by Eclipse, number 3. Have no
Wow,
clue.
never
This,
heard of that one.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of that either.
this reminds me of the toys that the professor was making Blade Runner, right? You know,
Oh yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
probably lifted. That idea was lifted from that, but it's black and white. It's all beat up. And of course,
Yeah, me too.
they created black and white comics not for the aesthetic reason, but because they wanted to compete with the big two at this time, right? The direct market and all that. But,
Yeah, I'm with you, Library 88. Dick Dillon, very underrated artist. He was on there for decades.
yeah, Library 88, Jeff, man, that dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Encyclopedia.
Yeah, he's well named.
Okay, we'll do a 1999. I always thought No Man.
Hey, Rob, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, my partner in
That
crime.
was a Jim Starlin cover. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, the Cyber 7?
No, the Justice League cover that I thought was
Oh,
badass.
the Justice League. Okay.
This was Starlin, huh?
Wow. I would not have picked that out, but it sure says Starlin right under Firestorm there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it has that kind of complexity that I expect more from Marvel at that time, so it makes sense with Starlin.
Oh,
Yeah, like I said, I'm drawn to that Justice League of that era, like a few years before they rebooted it.
I always forget about Starlin's early venture over at DC for a while.
Yeah.
So I always think that for some reason that No Man's Land happened earlier in the 90s, but this is 1999. And another event that I missed a lot of it because I didn't want to jump in, I didn't want to jump in. For some reason,
I've never read it. It fills 2 volumes of omnibuses.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But now I know that I could just read an issue and
Right.
for the most part I don't
Hey,
really
Legend, how you doing? Good to see
need
you
to know
here.
what happened.
You can get enough out of his random issues.
Saying hi to everybody in the
It
chat.
depends. It depends on the writing, right? In the 90s, I think they were starting to slowly create for the trades, right?
Right, there was that transition at some point.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Let's do an indies from the
Or for the
80s.
collected stuff, yeah.
No,
That's why they had in the 70s, you never had subheadings in
Yeah.
comics.
When I get trades, older trades from the 80s and below, I read it like I'm reading an individual issue and I put it down for a while.
Right.
For a week maybe. I don't blow through it so much unless it's so awesome I have to do
That's
it.
a great observation, Jeff. It just occurred to me as well as you were writing that was the
Homage to an homage.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say indies from the 80s, but it's actually technically 1992, and it's The Eyeball Kid. But it is Dark Horse.
Who's that guy?
A one-eye cover.
It's the artist who did the
Ray can see a one-eye cover miles away.
Eddie Campbell. Yeah.
I love my eyeballs, you guys.
ACBCQ, welcome, bud.
Here's
It's a
some
little confusing because
gosh.
it has multiple authors. Yeah.
beautiful stuff to absorb, like Dante's Inferno, except they don't seem like they're suffering as much.
It's a famous Hieronymus Bosch painting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I think it's called I think it's the Garden of Earthly Delights. Although it's not very delightful. But
Hey, we got 20 people watching. That's pretty much a record.
I've never
around here.
read The Eyeball Kid. Is that good?
Salvador Dali.
I just got this one, so
So you haven't read any Eyeball Kid before.
no.
Yeah,
I'm going to dig in.
Higgy is dropping some Salvador Dali knowledge on us right there.
I think I found this at the half price outlet store, Damien, in Olympia. You find some good stuff there,
I didn't know they have a half price outlet there.
I didn't
so
know
all
the
the comics-
said that. Yeah.
All the comics there are 50 cents.
Wow.
Those are the filthy 50 centers you pick up from there. Right? Yeah.
That's where that came from, the filthy 50 centers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is another filthy 50 center, except they didn't have the stamp, right?
Thanks, buddy.
So 1986 by Comics Interview. This is beautiful.
Maybe.
Aristocratic, extraterrestrial, time-traveling thieves.
Say that 10 times fast. Whoa.
And I love my long names. And this is the
Man.
number one. And I like Comics Interview.
Wow.
I read something like what's called
Yeah.
Micra or something.
Yeah.
So Comics Interview started publishing their own comics. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they only had a
guessing
few
it
titles
did
that I
well.
recall. But yeah.
yeah, there's a mind-controlled automaton, remotely controlled. It was called Micra. Like,
Micro. Yeah.
yeah, and it was actually really good. I read an issue of that
Hmm.
from the Filthy 50 Center. So I actually educate myself by grabbing this random stuff that is like forgotten.
Right.
And I love it.
It's great
there's
when
so
you
much
just can
80s
spend
indie
50
stuff.
cents and explore something new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For 50 cents, that's worth the risk for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is so nice too. It's not even beat up.
I mean,
And that's the
Aaron,
beauty of it.
if we knew each other about 5 years ago, I would have had you in 80s indie heaven. Because in my garage, I had about 20 long boxes of
Wow.
80s indie stuff that I bought in a collection.
Well, like you said, they flooded the market where people were just like, enough. Come on, this is too much. You know?
I bought it for like 5 cents an issue, you know.
Wow.
And
And
did
I-
you get rid of it?
Yeah, I sold it for like 7.5 cents an issue.
Where's
That's
my
a big
time
profit.
machine? Where's my time
Yeah,
machine?
right?
Higgy. I need that time machine, Higgy.
Hey, Chop, how you doing, buddy? Great to see
So
you.
why don't
here.
we do one more and we could turn it over to
Yeah, I have a few to show. So when you're
okay, our esteemed leader of the day.
oh, I wouldn't call us leader, just facilitator is better.
Facilitator.
There you go.
1980.
This is not a team thing per se. And I want to get Damien one more round before he has to go.
Okay.
I think I don't think I'm going to make it. So
No?
I'll
Okay.
just.
Oh, I
watch
didn't
where
know.
you
I would have
got.
gotten out of here.
No. It's not your fault. I had less time than I thought.
He's got a daughter. He's got priorities, unlike us
Yes,
here.
real life comes first.
I'm sorry. I love
No,
my
it's
daughter more than you guys.
I
Hey,
know. You should.
You better.
You better.
You better. We'll have a talking to, Damien.
That's a great Doctor Strange cover, though. Is
Yeah,
that?
Christopher Claremont wrote this.
I wonder who did the cover. It almost looks like golden or something.
Could be Golden, maybe Marshall Rogers.
Oh, Marshall Rogers. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure, Damien.
I know Gene Colan did the inside here. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's not a Gene Colan.
I've almost completed my
No,
Doctor
it's-
Strange run.
yeah.
I'm
I
just
know
in
you're
the lead of
close.
the
You're
70s.
close. I'm on your tail, but I've got a ways to go.
Very underrated series, this Doctor Strange Bronze Age run through.
Oh yeah, I'm loving.
I think in the once it got to the late 50s, it got a little weird, but good stuff otherwise. I mean, it was a weird series to begin with because it's about a cult. But
Is this the run that eventually Marshall Rogers became part of?
Yes.
Or is that a different run?
no, same run. Yeah.
Again, Schwinn. Okay, I'll turn it over, but here's your BMX.
Hey, I had a Schwinn. Not one of those BMX ones. Yeah, not one of those BMX ones. No.
But thanks for having
I
me.
wanted
here.
a Schwinn. So
Great stuff,
badly
Aaron.
back then.
Great stuff. Hang loose. I'm going to be kind of quick on mine. So, so the comics I have here there's only 2 or 3 types. I got a few when I was in Jacksonville, and then there's the cover slinger stuff I bring from Florida, but I do back and forth. So you're getting the backside of some of my possible choices in the future. So here we have.
I guess I'm going to say goodbye. I'm sorry I'm going to miss your backside.
Damien?
All right,
So
Damien.
awesome,
Thanks
Damien.
again,
But
buddy.
maybe no, next week I'll be busy, but maybe the week after that I can do
Okay.
this again.
Always great to see. Always great to have you on.
And once I'm done dropping off my daughter, I'll be watching again. So.
Okay, we'll probably be on
You
until
guys
about an
see.
hour or so, and then
Damien, you enjoy your day, brother.
Yeah,
Okay,
take care.
and I'll
Say hi
catch
to
you all
Quacking
later.
Duck
And
for me.
I will. Quacking Duck.
All right. That's his daughter's little name for herself.
Cool.
Yeah, we go way back, so
Oh yeah.
Okay. By the way, Damien is one of the few channels that I was watching before I even started YouTube.
Wow.
So to me, he's one of the pioneers, along with like Sam's Tangled Web and Captain Strangelove. Anyway.
But Damien's truly a comic sage of old, and
Oh boy, isn't he?
And
he
he's
is.
a wealth of information.
Oh man, and he actually reads books. Unlike I read 2 books a year. You know, 3 maybe. That's about it. Besides my Bible and all that. But
I love his modern reviews too.
Yeah, he is so well. You know, he articulates things so well. I mean, I'm jealous as heck. Anyway, here we got Adventure Comics number 369, and that's Mordrew. First, I think it's his first appearance. Yeah, it says feet. Well, I don't know if it's his first, but it's early appearance, and he's breaking through a vault there.
Nice.
I used this Ray, I think, for some cover slinger. I don't remember which one. They all meld together at some point.
That's a funny show, man.
Quack and Duck, good old days. Yep, that's the good old days. Yep, she used to appear on with him. Yeah, nobody wants to see my backside. Trust me, nobody. Hey, Ron, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here.
Yeah, Ron, awesome.
Yeah, that's
Dr.
our
Silver.
buddy on Saturdays with Shannon, and then he appears sometimes on Thursday. Aaron has a new Thursday time slot, by the way.
Yeah, got out of the way of the graphic man.
So remember, down in the description, if for whatever crazy reason you're not subscribed to Aaron, you'll want to. Trust me.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Sure, man. Sure. I don't just say it. I'm a big fan, as you know.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
All right, here we go. Marvel Team Up 52. I bet your Ray has this one.
No, I don't.
You don't have that one? Good to know. But I love the stuff, Aaron. You got the monster here, Batroc here, and these and the to me, you know, like the patriotic ones, you know, red, white, and blue here.
Yeah, it's beautifully placed right in the center of the cover there. I love it.
Yeah, they put a lot of thought into covers back then. They really did. And as a kid, you know, it draws you in and like, oh, how are they going to get out of that situation, right?
Because that was the way they were making money, selling ink on paper.
Exactly. Well, you know, they had ads inside to supplement. That's why the comics were so cheap.
Yeah.
Right? Because you had those ads. A lot of people were saying, hey, they had a lot of ads. I'm like, yeah, they did, because that lowered the price of the comic.
Yeah, they kept the price down, offset inflation.
Remember, we were kids, Aaron. We didn't have listen, $5 a comic? You kidding me?
I mean, don't get me started. You saw my last stream.
I did. You're right. Go see Aaron's rant. Okay, don't listen to this.
It was a pleasant enough rant.
It was a pleasant enough. It was a low level rant. Yeah.
But it,
all right, here we got 152.
It truly blew my mind away what I was looking at today. I'm not trying to bash new comics, but you know.
Yeah. Here we go. Rod, J Jaws.
Yeah, Rod. Good old J Jaws.
Let me see, what did Scott say? My allowance was $5, and I got 9 comics for that. Yeah, you're a little younger than I am. If I had $5, I'd go bananas in a spinner rack. Ray, $5. If we had $5 every week,
everybody would be following you.
You bet, man. I mean, I'd be like the talk of the town. Tat, hey, my buddy.
$5.
This is one of the guys that I started watching right at the beginning of YouTube, because
I gotta write.
He has this manner about him. Just love his videos.
Okay, I gotta start writing these guys down that you're telling me about.
Yeah, Jackson, could you put Tat in the chat, please? The link.
Tat in the chat.
Yeah, Tat in the chat. Yeah, he just dropped the video, which I got to go see after this. So
very good.
Okay.
Was that?
I'm sorry. I just when I remember these great channels, you know, and I just have to talk.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Captain America 192.
You look up to him like I look up to all you guys who've been doing this for a while. You know.
I do. I mean, these. I have to remember these guys. I wasn't going to be a YouTuber, right? But all these guys were doing these videos, and they were, you know, so gracious and so complimentary of even my comments, you know, that it just draws you in. And here I am 7 years later.
Yeah.
Ray came the same time as I did.
Awesome.
Yep. So we're buddies from back in 2017.
Excellent.
So
yeah, I have buddies like Cheap Comic Collector, you know, and even
you got a great crew. There's
guys that came in when I came in too. So I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm Jack, and I'm putting Tat in the chat.
That's JRK.
He's just He's
Not jerk, by the way. He's not a jerk.
not jerk. No, Jack. Our Jack. Yeah, Jackson. Come on, man. This guy's a treasure in his own right.
The
Anyway,
Jackson Roy Kirk.
the Jackson Roy Kirk.
Yeah.
All right. I love this cover, but I could never show this at Cover Stringers because there's too much yellow. But it's Strange Adventures 240.
Ooh,
That is
nice.
beautiful.
With this guy, it's like a spaceship that fell apart, and then he's being ejected out of that saucer.
Wow. Like a
Nice.
cannon.
Look at that face.
Like a cannon.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. I would totally own that.
Yeah. I mean, I told you as a kid, we saw this and we're like, listen, I only had like $2 a week or something, if that,
Yeah.
and so you could buy 8 comics.
Yep.
That's if you can get away with the tax, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so, you have to make decisions, like, oh, I have to put this one back, and a cover like that, it's going to trump most things. I always pronounce it jerk. You better be nice to Jackson. He does the lines over there in Cover Slingers. That face is like Bill Prex's human smile.
Nice.
That's a good one. I like it.
That's hilarious.
All right, so thank you, Old Wolf. He's not in the chat right now, but I completed my Archie Adventure series set.
Red Circle.
Well, it started out as Red Circle, and then it
Okay.
went to Archie Adventure in the 80s. And so shout out to my buddy Scotty here. He's got this 4-issue miniseries. I read it. It's about these it's interesting concept. It's about these 3 astronauts that got lost and in hypersleep, and their bodies degraded to such a point where they didn't function, but their brains, their heads did. So they removed the head and put them on robotic bodies.
Beautiful. That's
Yeah.
a theme from back then,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
50s, 60s, 70s with the man machine or monster machine,
Yeah,
or whatever, alien machine.
The amalgamation of man and machine, cyborg,
Yeah.
cybernetic
Yeah.
organisms.
That was a beautiful cover.
And these are Dick Ayers covers.
Yeah, I'm coming to love Dick Ayers.
And the stories were, kind of on the more kid-friendly side. Nobody really dies,
Yeah.
And this is interesting because now the Earth found a portal to their planet they were stranded on. So they're going back to Earth, but they find that Earth is now has been decimated, and they're stealing oxygen from their planet, the planet they're residing on. So they're battling Earthlings here.
Yeah, for resources. Yeah.
For resources, yeah. So
Wow,
anyway,
cool.
I just thought that was a little interesting little tidbit there.
No, that's really awesome.
And
Hey,
there's their action figures. They're actual action figures from back then too, but I never.
So
had them.
it was based on the toys?
Yeah, sort of like ROM and Micronauts.
Yeah, that's what I grew up on, right? The ROM and the Micronauts.
So I read this one as well. I got this one at the dollar bin at the LCS. That's about an hour away from me, but I had to go close to there for run an errand. Silver Surfer Warlock Resurrection.
Yeah.
Starlin.
Yeah,
You
Starlin.
have these, Ray, right?
To draw, right?
Yeah.
Not to just
he
write.
drew and he wrote
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he wrote
not-
a lot.
Not his best art, I will admit.
Mm.
Looks a bit rushed to me. But essentially this is for the resurrection of Shalabal. And then he has to fight, he and Warlock have to fight Mephisto.
And all those
She-
90s are interconnected stories, so you keep getting these, right? You keep
I
getting
know, they keep putting me down these rabbit holes. And then I find another little tunnel,
Yeah.
I would say not the best story, not the best art, but okay. It was okay.
Not compared to the classic stuff of the 70s.
No, yeah, not like the Thanos saga in the 70s and things like
Yeah.
that. No. Hey, Surf Blue, how you doing, my friend? There's my friend Dave.
We have Higgy singing, "Those were the days."
Those were the days. Send me something from London. I'm not in London.
He's in his penthouse.
Listen, I'm not in a penthouse. I'm not in London. Not even close. I think I showed this on your show, but I'll show it again.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Thanks
Perez,
for being on.
annual number 1.
Thanks for being on that Thursday show. Too.
Oh yeah. I love it. I don't think I can be this Thursday, but anytime I can make it, it's a good time.
Cool.
I picked these up at that dollar store at the. It was a really good LCS down there that has about $80 bins.
Nice.
And I found some really good stuff there in the past. I just didn't have time to.
How do you
go
spell
through
heaven, right?
it. Let me tell you, man.
Long box.
I had to go. I had to go like another 20 miles, and I'm just dragging it out to the last second, you know.
Yeah.
Commandy, I'm trying to finish this run.
Cool.
Comic Bookworm, NammaN got me trying to finish my Commandy run. He's recovering.
Great.
He had a stream, I think, last night. He's actually drawing now, so he's
excellent.
Getting back to normal.
Excellent news.
Yeah. Fish and chips, please.
I think
when I watch Metarog, I end up putting all kinds of crazy stuff I never knew. Yeah, sorry about that. I do have a very quirky way of collecting, but it is me, you know.
Where's Swag when you need them? He's like, what are you snacking on, right?
Swag is, let me tell you, Swag is buying things left and right.
I know.
Look at Ray. He's got his. What do you got, Ray? What do you got?
Cheesy Puffs.
Cheesy Puffs. I bet you there's donuts somewhere around there.
Well, crackers.
Crackers.
No
Are you laying off the sweets?
Ray loves the snacks, son. Oh, looking good, dude.
Yeah, he's laying off the sweets.
Oh, he is, huh?
Probably his wife has gotten on him. A lot of rabbit hole. Yeah, I know. They never end.
Yeah, Rod.
Yeah. You want me to send you a snack, Surfy?
I think Surfy said he's hungry or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. All right. I'm going to show a few more, and then we'll go back to Ray, I think. Here is, I told you I got a bunch of, my sister-in-law, God bless her, got me a bunch of Silver Surfer, but I was missing a few issues, and these were in the dollar bin, 45.
The boys are back.
Yeah.
Mephisto,
Nasty boys.
Thanos, yeah.
That's a nice star look. No, sorry, Ron Lim. Sorry.
Ron Lim did good work though.
Yeah, I really like the way he draws the faces on these two. They're so you know, he looks so, you know, maniacally diabolical, and he looks so grimly diabolical.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up being the sidekick to Thanos. Isn't that something, man?
Yeah, I tell you, right? How things change in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, it's strange.
And here's 52.
Beautiful.
Again, I'm just filling. I've only have a few more holes to fill there. Hopefully, Ray can help me out with that someday.
Yeah. Bad boys. Boys.
Yeah, Ray's looking around. What, me?
What you gonna do?
Look at this. Haunted, number 38.
I love that cover.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
$1, and it's in nice condition, man.
And she's not a siren. She's a
Yeti.
A Yeti.
Wow. Yeti. Why I said that, I don't know. I have no fetish with Yetis. I do have a history with Yetis, but that I won't get into that. And here we have Gunfighters, number 72.
Cool.
That's a heck of a shot there, man. On a moving horse to hit a limb.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a shot. All right, let's go to Ray. Speaking of a heck of a shot,
Rayman.
This is Greyman, the Silencer Man. You better not mess with Ray.
I know. He's got
He'll silence you quick.
The West Coast Avengers. Now we got Avengers West Coast.
Oh yeah, they changed the trade dressing.
Yeah.
You know why?
Sales were slipping, and this is Avengers, you guys, come on.
Yeah, they wanted to fool people thinking it was the original title. That's right.
Yeah.
Because the original title was selling gangbusters. So.
Yeah.
That Saucy Yeti comic is tough to find in my world. Listen, I was shocked to find that. Honestly, shocked.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Man, Charlton's, I mean, they used to be everywhere.
I know.
I can't. It's like pulling teeth now.
It's because of shows like this. It's your fault. No,
yeah, I wish I would move the needle that much. You know,
in comic book memories, you guys are moving the needle. It's words getting out.
Yes, that was really. If you want to see some weird, really rare stuff, check out Surf Blue's video of his dad's war. The during the rations in World War II, they had you had the stamps so you could
Yeah.
put them in. He's got like filled in, great looking stuff.
Yeah, I'll write down Surf Blue. I think I'm subbed up to him, but
yeah, he doesn't always do comic book content, but he does interesting stuff.
okay.
Haunted cover swiped and used in a Conan. Oh, really? Huh? I gotta look that up. Fireball. That would be interesting, huh? Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and I know that for a fact because I remember talking to. I remember talking to some creator, or he was in a panel, and he said that X-Men, like the titles were all with an X, like Excalibur used to be with an E. They put it with an X,
Yeah.
so that it would be next to the X-Men. Cool.
You know, yeah, they blew up.
Thor's on there. I wouldn't say great series, but it was an uneven series, but it had great moments. I will say that.
West Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the evil Scarlet Witch before she was like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I do find myself keeping the directs and newsies and looking for those MJ's inserts, man, and stuff like that. I'm starting to do this now.
Oh boy.
And you know, we got to have enough space to do that.
I'm only missing one Midnight Tales, and I'm completed that. It's taken me 2 decades to finish that run.
Wow.
58.
With all the variants, you mean?
No,
Okay.
no. Just a copy. Direct, whatever. They were mostly newsstands because they were pre-76 mostly, but there were some post. Yeah. Immortus. Weren't you asking about Immortus? There he is.
Yes. Beautiful comics.
Yep, that's right. That was another one.
62.
Yeah, I remember there was a panel, and I remember somebody in the Marvel, not the creator, but like in the Marvel distribution or marketing branch, we're talking about that.
Fire and Ice.
You've reread it 3 times. I think I've only reread it twice myself.
80.
Yeah, that's part of the Galactic Storm. Have you read that, Aaron?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because it has somewhat of a moral dilemma at the end that I think was, for a comic, it was an interesting plot to put in, honestly.
Right. I do remember Captain America with, putting black in his costume like that.
And that's when he became the captain because, well, it's complicated, but they wanted the John Walker to be Captain America, and
so you hung on through the late 80s, and you did notice the quality diminishing, but you hung on.
I wouldn't say the quality diminished so much as it just was. I think they just were spread too thin, right? So you had so many different titles now that I got some, but others I didn't get, and those might have been better, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because again, there's only so much money I had to go around.
But the late 80s, I was a little kid still. I was kind of like the pre-teeny bopper. We used to go to these things called flea markets, and there was one guy who had
Ray knows a little bit about flea markets.
Yeah.
I know something about them.
Cool.
Yeah. That's a beautiful cover. Love those, man.
Yeah, it's an embossed red,
And that's the late 80s comic book experience. I had friends. I had a cousin who was into reading Marvel and DC and stuff, and so I remember this era of West Coast and things like that. But I was more the Spidey guy, X-Men, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Midnight Tales. I think there were 21 if you include the later reprints. But I
even
think of the regular issues, there were only 19. I think
that's it for West Coast.
But even then, I remember the quality wasn't like what I remembered it being.
Right.
Like there was some cool stuff, like Frank Miller coming out with the Dark Knight and stuff like that. And
so keep going, Ray.
I'm gonna.
Wow,
okay. I was like,
beautiful.
hey, what are you sticking your tongue out at me, boy?
See,
When I
see
get
how
to you in
they
a couple of weeks.
see how they hid the trade dress on that Marvel's Grace Comics right there.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
these blew up.
Double feature special. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
Yeah, but a lot of 80s comics were still really good. I mean, I
even,
think maybe after Secret Wars.
I just
Maybe.
remember like Amazing Spider-Man and Uncanny X-Men from like the early 80s, and I remember just being blown away by that stuff.
Kirby goodness.
I
agree
still
with that.
liked it. I remember I still liked it in the late 80s, but it wasn't the same type of quality for me.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I didn't know about the 70s, my God,
You're too young,
Yeah.
You're too young. But the
Less-
70s was really X-Men. I was really never into them that much, but I do have like
Right.
the Byrne stuff and up.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man was really good in the 70s. Really, really good.
Look at the trade dress. That's beautiful, man. I love that. Those Fantastic Four reprints.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, good.
Currently
Rod is like nice old. Yeah, he has a lot of those old square bounds. Yeah.
I am rereading the Byrne era Fantastic Four, but I think I want to go back to the original stuff, the Kirby stuff, man. It's just so awesome and weird.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. I can see why you would do that. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you got hold of Crisis on Infinite Earths at a young age, so I get that too.
Yeah.
Like I saw that around, I liked it, but I was still like a Marvel zombie, as I said.
Yeah. A lot of people were, but
I should just cracked it open, right? That's simple as it.
Listen, it's tough because you fall into these patterns, right? And then you only have so much money to go around. I was always like really into different publishers, so I didn't like I wasn't like a Marvel zombie or a DC deacon or whatever they call it, but I just like to go wherever the stories took me, like Charlton.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that much into like the first stuff, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I did get into that a bit.
Cool. I'm loving these covers, Ray. I love that cover with the eyeball, buddy.
Yeah.
Can we see that one? Can we see that one again?
That cover. Yeah.
Wow, dude. Yeah, eyeball alert.
That's a redone cover too, because that's not the original cover on that FF issue.
Yeah, those are Marvel Grace Comics, I think, the reprints.
Yeah, a lot of them were redone covers. That's the original cover.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you, Rod. I was like blown away by the fact they used Charlton in a DC comic. I was like,
yeah,
what?
I could see that. You guys,
I mean, some had bigger parts, some had smaller, but there were so many in there. Blue Beetle, obviously, you had the Question, Peacemaker.
Can you imagine if they ended up being the Watchmen characters? That would be crazy.
Man. Alan Moore was too rough on them. They wouldn't have survived that.
The deconstruction of heroes, right? That's
yeah. But that was a brilliant miniseries.
Oh yeah, everyone loved it.
I was at a young age too. Hush, Roger. You know me well. You know exactly what I was about to say too.
Loving these covers, man.
That's how I found the original Turtles. Yep, I'm with you, Jeff. I'm with you.
I'll stop here.
I collect both the original and these covers.
Yeah, good stuff, Ray. Ray's got such depth of a collection. I mean, it's just everything is in there.
What's the story with a variant cover of a reprint you guys were talking about, that it wasn't the original cover? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, on those Marvel's Greatest Comics, sometimes they use the original cover and they recolored it. Other times it was a totally original. That's a totally original cover, I do believe.
Beautiful. I'll keep my eyes open for that.
Yeah, that's the Evil Eye of Avalon, I think.
One eye open.
Yeah, with the death skull within it, right?
Yeah, that was
within
cool
the iris.
That was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
All right, you guys. Just go. You're gonna come back to little old me here.
Another Dave. Hey, Spinner Rack. Welcome, buddy. Great to have you here. Can't stay long. All right, no problem. Good to have you here even just for a bit. I know you're a busy man.
Here's part 4 of the Golden Age. James Robinson. I guess it took a lot of the cool older characters, and
they had that in the dollar bins. I was gonna get it, but I was like,
I'm hearing great things about this.
Yeah, I wish I would have gotten it now.
James Robinson. I'm starting to read the Starman because of Higgy. I guess that was a great
Yeah.
series as well.
I
So,
looked through it and I was like, it looks pretty good. And I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know. I guess I was in a hurry and I didn't go back I don't know.
I'm
Forget
looking forward to it. So we'll do some regular Avengers here that I got recently. So this is 1988, and this is when they have a new Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah, that's Monica Rambeau. Yeah.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau. Now, go ahead.
And the captain there.
She was a big deal when she came out. I remember that. I remember loving that Amazing Spider-Man annual and stuff.
Yeah.
And but this is nice and clean. I guess these were highly printed, so you could still get a bunch of these, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those you can still get at a good price. Yeah.
At a good price.
Yeah.
So there's advantages to something being popular, back in the 80s,
As long as it doesn't have, some kind of movie tie-in stuff.
Yeah.
Like I remember like the first Nebula, which is in that era.
Yeah.
And when she showed up, it went, up, and now I probably back down to normal levels.
You got 1975, Amazing Spider-Man, 147 with Tarantula.
Oh, that is great. Yeah, he's a big fan. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's Ray's era right there. He probably bought that right off the rack.
Awesome, Ray.
Nice.
My era is the Roger Stern era where he turns into a monster. And the issue before that, he's just whooping Tarantula's butt, pretty much telling him you should have never laid a hand on me.
Right.
That's the stuff that I grew up on. But is this his first appearance, or what? Or is that Spectacular Spider-Man number 1?
134 is the first Tarantula.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know this one looks similar to the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a yellow cover as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it has the same, almost similar posing.
Yeah, I mix them up all the time, by the way.
But we could jump ahead a little bit to what are we doing here? 1991.
Jackson is everywhere, Dave. Trust me, he's not just on your channel; he's everywhere. He's probably on several channels right now.
All must fear when Jackson is near.
Oh yes, I'm trembling right now.
So Ghost Rider, 1991. Ghost Rider number 13. Pretty cool cover.
Yeah, very textured, like like almost like a gray tone or watercolor or something.
Yeah, and it's here, you guys. Just so you know, it's here. The Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
You were never really into D&D?
No.
Listen,
there's only so much money to go around, Aaron.
I never really liked Howard Mackey as a writer. Not putting the man down, but I remember trying to get into the Peter Parker Spider-Man. When Spider-Man turned into Peter Parker, and it had some great art, but Howard Mackey just wasn't doing it for me. But I guess he wrote a lot during the 90s for Marvel.
Yeah, I never read a lot of his stuff, so I don't have really an opinion. But I've heard that you average at best.
I think Mark Grenwald wrote this. It's 1994. Quasar 58. Cool. I do love Quasar.
Very clever.
Quasar.
Oh, that's the race one. Yeah, cool.
I grew up loving Quasar. I didn't know where his nega bands came from.
Yeah.
Grenwald did. So I didn't know anything about the Captain Marvel and that character in between Captain Marvel and Quasar, right? I didn't know any about that. But I love Mark Grenwald the way he writes. I read a lot of this series here, this Quasar series. In fact, that's where I got psychotronic from. The word psychotronic. I think Eon was talking to Quasar and told him there's a psychotronic disturbance in the cosmos.
Cool, I didn't know that.
So
we're learning the origins here.
Yeah, he was using that as like psychic. I didn't know about all the different uses of the word psychotronic.
I used to have a Quasar TV. Yep.
Were you into this comic, you guys? 1984. I think, does that say 84? Yeah. Doctor Who number 2. I do have the number 1 somewhere.
Ooh.
Margaret and I we marathoned most of Doctor Who, you know.
Oh yeah, great UK series. I wonder, are those like UK reprints?
I think so.
Okay.
These are Marvel, but it seems like a reprint that wasn't read that much. Here are your 5 different Doctors.
Maybe Greyman can fill us in a little bit more on the info if he's up here.
Yeah.
All I have is the new ones.
You have the new ones? Okay.
It's reprinted. You could tell by the way the panels are laid out. They don't fit.
Did you read this, Aaron?
Did I read this one?
The comment there.
Squirt gun cake. That's a different story entirely. And this family-friendly show. No, I'm like
listen, things have to remain a mystery here, okay?
Yeah, I'll tell you some other time, maybe.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. It sounds hokey if I tell you why.
Yep. Okay, that's Jeff just confirmed. Those are Baxter Doctor Who reprints. Okay.
Yeah. When I read, as Greyman knows, I read a lot of the Judge Dredd stuff in 2000 AD, and the panel layouts never fit the paper, perfectly.
Right.
So
yeah, because they were oversized, right? So.
Something was oversized, but look, this is beautiful.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I've never seen those before. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and they're high grade, and I love the reprints here. And
Fireball has the whole run. How many issues were in that run, Fireball? I'd like to know.
And the Doctor isn't himself these days.
Ooh,
that's cool.
Ray, what a transformation cover that would have been.
Awesome one.
Wow.
Doctor isn't himself, you guys. Pretty cool, right?
That would have gotten a 10 right away.
Easily 10.
Gosh.
Isn't that beautiful? The simplicity of the logo.
We got to get Aaron on Cover Slingers when one day when Rob is not doing his
oh, I know. Right now I'm busy with Rob, Cheap Comic Collector, and the claim sales, but man, I've watched a couple of the Cover Slingers, and man, is that funny stuff.
We have a blast, man.
Yeah, it's
we just lambaste each other's covers,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but we all know they're good.
Oh,
yeah. And the chat gets to vote, right? And then there's sour grapes afterwards.
Oh yeah, 23 issues. Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oof.
That is
it. That
Ooh, I gotta put that one down.
Man, I loved that. Hold on a second.
Well, Rob, he says Rob is off a Saturday in August. So.
Okay. I love that Damien showed those Nexus. I was so
I've never seen
awed by that.
You ever seen those, Ray? Those newspaper comics like that?
Here's a limited series by First.
I mean, if Ray hasn't seen it, they might be tough to find because he finds all kinds of stuff.
I am so intrigued by Nexus. I've only read a few issues, but I want to get it together and get a good run together.
Yeah, me too.
I've only read one of those. Yeah.
Why does that look familiar?
God, I do look at.
You probably have it, Ray.
I don't know. I might. There's some boxes I haven't been in years.
Oh well, maybe I'll go through those when I'm over there.
I know Steve Root actually gets interviewed on Greyman's channel once in a while.
Look what he's saying. The backstage bribery is the worst. Roger paying Matilda for yeah, right. Matilda wouldn't get. Listen, she wouldn't be blackmailed if you gave her $1 million.
So cool.
I've tried. Just kidding.
So beautiful.
Nice.
I love those issues that he showed.
Oh, Dave has got the Nexus run. Okay, cool.
Damien showed that with the floppy inside. That is so cool.
Yeah, Damien says Nexus is so good. I've only read a few issues, and I was really impressed. So I should really get into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
so many comics to get into.
I know it's so much. Here's just another filthy 50 center, you guys. Rolf Snart, the early years. Little Rafi, I don't rad, dude, rad.
Hey,
another one eye, Ray.
And he's wearing those pants that are rad, dude. But yeah, I love eyeballs too, man. I'm totally
Ray, you better be ready. Gray's got 10 covers already.
This reminds me of Mad Magazine type.
Yeah, it has that kind of vibe to it. Yeah,
but it looks cool within, so a little Halloween-esque.
Hmm. Yeah, I've read a few Jackson, but not in many years. But it's one of those I've always wanted to get into, but never have. And Higgy's saying that you would love Nexus, by the way. I bet you would. I bet you the little I know about the character, I bet you that's an Aaron character.
Yes, I do enjoy it very much. And I read his origin story, and they approached this weird. They were fleeing a planet because his father was on the side of the tyrannical government, and so the people were overthrowing that tyrannical government, and he launched into space. So I did love the origin story, and I loved it.
That rings a bell. Yeah.
Then it kept it nebulous where his powers came from, where Nexus powers came from. But they essentially ended up in some weird alien lab, and he lost his parents, and it was just freaking weird. I loved it. Warlock Infinity Watch #4.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I want to, show some love towards you guys with the Infinity Watch. I did kind of miss this stuff too, but I love Rick Leonardi, you guys. I think Rick Leonardi is a little underrated. Maybe he, in this comic, doesn't showcase his skills as great, or maybe it does. I don't know, but he drew the Cloak and Dagger stuff.
Yeah,
Volume 1 and 2, and I just love that. I love Rick Leonardi.
he was at Heroes Con, and I was going to get a couple things signed. I just never made it to his table.
So I'm looking forward to reading more. Right, you guys? It's all about time management.
Right. What did you say that you're trying to read at least 2 comics a day or something like that?
Yeah. And
yeah, I'm trying to do the same.
It's just
like I said, I read the Mantech, I read the Silver Surfer. My next thing is I'm going to be reading. I picked up some crossover between Teen Titans and Legion. I'm going to read that when I have time. I got some work to do tomorrow, and I got a doctor's appointment on Thursday, but I'll work around that.
Here's one of Roger's favorite characters. Why did I even look up the year? Just because of the habit. I already know the year of this. It's Atlas Seaboard, Tiger Man #2, just for you, Roger.
Thank you. One of the worst titles, though, is right there.
He stalks the night.
Yeah. Listen, I have the whole set, and I think I've read the whole set. And
you've got all of these Atlas, don't you? You have all of them.
Yeah, I do. But like there are some that I tell you, Aaron, it's so uneven. I mean, there's some really, really good stuff, right? Planet of Vampires, really nice concept.
Yeah. And there are only 4 issues, so
there are only 3 or 4 issues. Wolf, I think, was a good one. Destructor, and then you have Tiger Man and Cougar.
What's the other one? Tiger Man and who?
And the Cougar.
And the Cougar, that's right. You don't like the Cougar, yeah.
I mean, just some ridiculous. And then you have John Target, who started out as kind of an interesting detective, kind of underworld crime thing, and then he went to this bizarre superhero, just orgasmia, and it just doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Not even to your subconscious.
Not even to a 10 or 11-year-old Bedrock that it makes sense.
Back in 1997, Marvel and DC actually came together and they did Amalgam Comics, right?
Yeah.
So this one is called Bat Thing. And don't dare mess with the mysterious Bat Thing.
I got that one.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
I got that.
That's when Marvel and DC were playing nice back then.
How they got their lawyers to cooperate with each other is beyond me, right?
Well, you know what happened is that they said, we're going to make a ton of money.
Tell my lawyers we're going to make a ton of money. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And guess what? We're not going to use your characters. We're not going to use my character. We're going to create new characters from both of ours.
Yeah.
So there were some negotiations there, I bet,
And I could see these taking off someday if they could. I don't ever see Disney and Warner Brothers working it out, right?
Yeah, I think those days are past.
Yeah. 1978, Marvel 2-in-1, #40. We've got Thing and the Black Panther together, and I got a bunch of these. And it's probably one of your favorite artists are within, huh, Roger?
If it's Ron Wilson.
Ron Wilson helps.
Okay. But he did the embellishing, maybe.
Look, they said that Tom Light DeFalco did the padding. Is that what he said?
Patter. No, that's the writer. That's the writer.
That's the writer, yeah.
Falco was the writer. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ron Wilson.
it looks like Wilson did the breakdowns and Marcos did the inks. Yeah.
And you got to meet them, right? You got
I
to
did. I met Ron Wilson. Very, very nice gentleman. Got a couple things signed from him. I froze, Aaron. I was going to take a picture and everything, and I just he had a handler lady, you know.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know, trying to get things moving, and I was like, I froze. I froze.
I got a twofer, Ray. A twofer. We showed this one before, but it's the second.
Ooh.
Coyote.
What is that? A vivisection? I mean,
yeah, I don't even know what to call that. Taking out a quarter of the brain. So we got the thing laying the smacketh downeth on the rhino.
Right.
Thing 24. Rhino. So I did actually remember as a kid enjoying the John Byrne thing in the beginning. I don't know how I dropped off after a while, you know.
Yeah.
Did you guys love She-Hulk and the Fantastic Four? Did you like when Byrne did that?
Yeah, I like the Fantastic Four more. That was an opus, honestly. But She-Hulk was, you know, it was a good kind of comic relief series. It was, you know, tongue-in-cheek, fourth wall breaking, that kind of stuff.
More Ron Wilson.
Yeah. Yep. They put him on this. Byrne did the writing, I think, on some of these, and then Wilson did the art on most of them. Yeah.
So do you want to switch? You want to switch it off to someone?
Yeah. I'll show a few, and then we'll close it out with Ring.
All right.
All right. Thanks again for being here, Aaron. I
love
the variety of stuff you show. You just never know what you're going to pull out of there. Bronze Age stuff to like
out of the chaos.
90s indies. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
Little of this, little of that.
Little of this, little kind of like Ray, but Ray has got these patterns to his boxes, not as chaotic, shall we say.
Yeah, Ray has the ultimate collection, man.
Ray has some kind of, I would say, he has an organization method that only he understands.
Mm-hmm.
But it is organized.
You're gonna be so confused.
I bet you I will. I have to like thank God that we've known each other as long as we have, Ray. I've gotten a little bit of the gist, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll survive, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, this came from that dollar bin in that LCS that's called Nukem, I think. Aquaman 57. This is actually that's a Black Manta. This is actually the first issue after his Adventure Comics run.
And they pick up the numbering again.
Yeah,
right?
and they pick up the numbering from his previous series, which was canceled in the early 70s. And this is 35 center, so 77, 78, somewhere in there. 77, wow. I think. Yeah.
A few years went by.
6. Yeah. And then you showed Justice League 180, I think, right?
Oh.
And here's 168.
Close by.
What I really like what they did in Justice League. I don't know if you remember, but every year they would team up with the Justice Society or the Legion or the Freedom Fighters.
Yeah.
And sort of have some kind of crossover. And I really enjoyed those, Aaron, because you could look forward, you know, a year in advance. You knew those were coming.
Those were coming, yeah.
Yeah. And here they actually take on the Secret Society of Supervillains.
Nice.
I have to get the other parts to this.
Yeah, I collect everything DC superhero team related now.
Not everything.
Not everything.
But well, Justice League is one that I used to have a subscription to.
Right.
So now I'm trying to fill in the gaps through 200s or something.
I guess Legion had a rocky road after the 80s.
Very rocky road. Yeah. Especially after 0 Hour. Now they lost me after 0 Hour because now they sort of, not only did they reboot, they had a totally different past history at that point.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, at that point you just lost me. And plus I was already kind of souring on them anyway. So anyway, not get into that too much. Here we go. Shanna the She-Devil.
All right.
Number 4. Now, I showed number 3, her fighting a bull. Here she's riding a rhino.
Very cool.
So, yeah, and there, I think that's the first appearance of that mandrill character, which is one of the favorites of Greyman.
Yeah, it is.
Right? I'm right about that, Ray, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's in the chat, so.
You see that face, Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of his powers is that he's irresistible to women.
It's called animal magnetism.
There you go. Animal magnetism. There you go. Musk or whatever they call it, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be the blue eyes.
No, I don't think it's a physical thing. It's a chemical pheromone thing, right?
The blue color around the area of his eyes. Right?
0 hour. Yeah, 0 hour was. You're right. Was the 90s. You're right. You're absolutely right. That after that is when I gave up on the Legion. I was thinking post crisis.
So you hung on through the 90s.
I hung on post crisis because it was still, because remember they were in the future, right? So
yes,
Superboy was written out because now he was essentially a legend, because it's confusing, but Mon-El had to be based on something, right?
Right.
So he was based on a legend, but it still had the charm of the old Legion, you know, and after post crisis. But after 0 hour, that charm went away. So yeah, I think what was that, 94 0 hour, something like that. Yeah.
So Higgy says like him, but I don't know if that's animal magnetism or the monkey or
what's Higgy? Or...
like me.
Oh, like him.
We were talking about that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when I was over there, we had to fight off the Red Sonja is just constantly ogling, you know, and his wife
perfume.
Linda, you know, which is a very beautiful woman. I mean, she's like,
yeah, must be the perfume.
You better behave yourself in there, Higgy.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Funny. Just kidding. She's a wonderful lady. Wonderful lady.
Absolutely.
Okay. Here you go. Iron Man 73.
Nice.
Now, look at the mask of Iron Man.
Yeah. Old school.
You got a nose.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, there was Aaron, I mean, Bronze Age stuff, right? I mean,
yeah.
He had this. You gotta go with the logic or illogic of this, right? He had like a fight underwater, and his helmet couldn't take the pressure. So he created that nose, and all of a sudden it could. I'm not making this up.
Yeah, Bronze Age logic.
Bronze Age logic. There he's fighting the Crimson Dynamo. I was going to say Red Dynamo. No, Crimson Dynamo. Oh, man. You got to love this stuff. I mean, it's just so quirky and bizarre. Ray's probably going to recognize this one. Strange Adventures 221 with the giant size Adam Strange. I use this on a cover slingers.
Cool.
Wow, that's nice. I never seen that one before.
Well, maybe you weren't on that cover slinger, Ray. But I use this on a cover slinger. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's not quite the walking buildings, but you know, it's
the walking best.
Yeah. Every time you want to razz Greyman, anybody out there, just get the Strange Adventures with the walking buildings.
Yep.
It drives them into a frenzy.
Yep.
Good to know.
All right, so Ray's gonna really like this one. I'll tell you why. This is 342, Hulk 342.
Oh, I remember that. McFarlane.
Yeah, look at the leader. They really changed him up.
Oh, they sure did. Where's the long head that we all know?
Yeah, McFarlane mutated him further, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, you spoiled it. Yeah, there you go.
MJ alert. MJ
alert. We should have that. Like, I have a video that I can plug in, like Dr. Silver Age and Micah do.
Yeah. MJ alerts.
MJ alerts. Yeah, I got quite a few of them now. I was making a list, and I have like over 60 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a pretty good radar for them for whatever reason.
Because you could spot the little, what is it, a little star or something?
The star or the weight or
Yeah.
the line in between. There's many ways of identifying it. I'm trying to teach NammaN how to, but I'm not successful yet. He got one out of that dollar bin by mistake.
Wow.
I mean, he was like, "Oh, could you look at this one?" I was like, "Okay," and I'm looking through it, and I was like, "NammaN, look at the star." Oh, was that there?
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, I use this one in Cover Slingers, the March to Market, the story of beef.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
these. You have these educational. You had sent me one actually.
I did. I sent you the Adventures in Electricity, I think, or Adventures into the Past. And I thought this would fly on Cover Slingers because you have, there it is, Adventure to the Past. I
love this. I got your little note in the back. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Of course, man. And again, one of those things where I like to things that I think you would enjoy that not in my wheelhouse or have doubles. I love to share it, because
I appreciate it. That's
people have done that with me. I'm just paying it forward,
It's a total treat.
And the last couple I'm going to show, last one. Somebody asked whether Conan and Cole had teamed up. I forgot who asked that. I think it was on your stream, Aaron, or maybe on the. It was on another stream I was, but here it is. Conan #3 annual.
Okay, the 2 Titans.
Mm-hmm. And here is
Conan's a little taller than that, right?
Well, he's up on a. It says here, twin Titans towering above a world of fury and fire and fury, and 2 of their greatest, most requested adventures. So they're not together, I don't think, in the story. Let me check.
I didn't even read that, and I called it them. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I don't think they're together in the story because they're in 2 different eras.
Sure, but they all both deal with the Serpent Crown saga, I believe. I know this from a Marvel team up book I read.
Okay.
Where the serpent people are the hated enemy of mankind, and they sometimes appear.
I think the first one is Conan, and then you have the Cole story here.
Cool.
Yeah.
From the Abyss.
From the Abyss. But I think they are interrelated in some way. You know how like a villain may have spawned way back when in the Hyborian age or something.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I see a couple of new people here. Hey, Big O, how you doing? Yeah, great book cover. Yeah, that was Big O was part of that stream.
Oh yeah, gotta check it out.
Man, I tell you, that was a lot of fun.
That was a good.
That is a great cover, Jeff. I agree. That I mean, when you look at this, right? John Buscema and Ernie Chan, right? I mean, two of the, to me, quintessential Conan cover artists.
Sure.
And then you have those 2, kind of hovering above, and then you have flames and the other fighters down there. Really, really good stuff. Again, if you saw this as a kid,
oh yeah,
you're gonna buy it.
People are buying Conan comics again, because how popular the Titan series is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I somebody sent me a few of those, and they are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Conan 66, 67, they're both together. I have those issues. I got to reread those. I seem to have a memory where there was some kind of crossover. Yeah.
Hi, Ray.
Hey.
What up, Ray?
Hey.
Take us home, buddy.
Take me home, country road. Him.
Oh yeah, that's where him comes from.
That's where him. Yeah.
The power of him. And it worked because they said.
I mean, I think he was in that cocoon the whole time. Then in the next issue,
it's pretty cool that they built up that story, though.
Yeah.
No, it was the previous issue. I think he was in all the whole time, and that one he comes out in the last page or something.
Yeah.
51.
Nice.
I have that issue. Really good story. I have the original issue.
Excellent.
It's beat up, but I got it.
52.
That would be a whoa minus.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's what, not whoa minus. Yeah, that's that movie Cocoon. Yeah, I remember that movie. Yeah.
I love that. I think I have that one.
I love the Adaptoid. Great
Yeah.
concept for a villain.
50.
Okay, Conan 68. Okay. Conan 68.
Wow.
That is cool. How they
It
have
is
the
beautiful.
little different segments.
Sizzling action.
Big action
Big
issue.
action, yeah.
I don't think
It's
the original
crackling.
cover was like that, was it? I don't remember if the original. I have it. I don't remember it.
It's crackling.
Yeah. Oh, Kirby Crackle is
Yeah.
famous, as you know.
57.
There's a floating head. There you go. Not as many as that Avengers, but
No, not as many as the Avengers West Coast. Yeah.
that was a good. Sleepy comes out with stuff like that, man.
Yeah, he's sharp.
Floating
He's
head
sharp.
awards. We got to find out who wins the floating head.
I always vote for him as as the whatever it is, the lifetime achievement or whatever.
Yeah.
I always
He
vote
just
for him.
points out something really fast, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, that's great.
I mean, so I'm sometimes on there, but I can't vote for myself. Like,
Yeah.
2 of those.
Very cool.
nice.
This one feels kind of heavy.
Uh-oh.
What's
Let's
in
see.
Feels heavy.
See,
Oh, yeah.
Ray knows about Mark Jewelers. Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
that's the cardstock one. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Is there any stars on the cover?
Nope. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Friggin'
I find that most of them don't have the stars, so
a half. Ah,
yeah, that's fine because it's a little bitty stamp. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Okay.
near the 2.
That's it. Yep.
Very
Yep.
cool.
That's it.
Ray.
Yeah. Out
Awesome.
of all the ones that I have, I think only 10 or 12 have the stamp.
Very awesome. I look out for those now. I had one and I didn't even know it was a John Byrne era Fantastic Four with the Human Torch, and I just thought it was a newsstand. And then I recently acquired another newsstand, and I compared the two. I'm like, oh my god, I got an MJ.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Number 63.
Dope. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Check out Dope's vids, man. He is so hilarious. I mean, just so
Cool.
hilarious.
Dope. Hey, Dope.
I mean,
64.
the things he comes up with, you know,
Yeah.
like he the title of his show, his live show is like the worst show ever or whatever, you know.
Nice.
I saw that and I cracked up laughing. That was so funny.
All right,
I
I'll
mean-
write his name down too. Make sure.
Oh my god, he's so funny. He is just so hilarious. He sent me an original art piece, which is just it's on my wall. It's
Beautiful.
fabulous, just fabulous. Nice. That is the original cover there. I remember.
I
that
love
one.
that. Doom. I love those covers too. And Byrne just
76.
Yeah,
Actually,
Dope's collection is amazing. He's got Superman in the single digits.
wow.
He's got the
look at
complete
that.
original Hulk run.
Give me Dr. Doom.
You know, don't watch his channel without a drool rag. That's all I'm telling you.
69.
No, I don't have Emperor Doom. Never read that story.
You got to get it. It's
Yeah.
super cool.
And also the Triumph and Torment.
Triumph and Torment. Yep.
Yeah,
It's also
what-
pretty good. Yep. You know,
not
because
as
it gives you perspective on Doom. Like,
with his mom. I know.
yeah,
It's,
I mean, he's a very he's not really a villain. Like,
no,
71.
he's just outrageous with his ego.
in his mind, he's a hero. You know?
Yeah,
He's got
he's
a very
greater than
warped
every
sense
other
of-
hero.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's funny. That issue there, because the regular issue is 30 cents. I mean, not that one. I'm sorry. The one with the little triangle. It's 30 cents, and that the regular issue, that one's 35. I don't know why that's the case. That's a really weird kind of quirk.
But
yeah, that's the original cover there too. Yeah.
Beautiful covers, man.
Yeah, man, those Kirby Fantastic Fours are quite
Stuff
good.
of legend. Look at that.
We don't got Biggie Shack in the house, or else he'd be extolling their virtues.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that, buddy.
And the
Hey, Jackson Roy Kirk dropping the links, man.
Yeah,
So
man.
awesome.
As he says, I'd be lost without him.
Okay.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He may be putting it out there a little bit crudely, but he's not wrong. Uh-oh.
Love the
Uh-oh.
JRK.
Why is this the only book that the numbers are bigger than the others?
Yeah, there were a couple months where Marvel did that. Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
want,
Numbers
Yeah.
are big.
Yeah, there were a couple months where Marvel did that. Yeah.
we want answers, Ray. I don't know. We want these answers.
You
We
know,
want them now.
we're up
I
to
don't know why they left out the month there in the whole bit, but they did.
It helps us as we're getting older, you know.
old people.
For older people, yeah.
Older
They experiment with different setups
Fonts.
on their
Yeah,
covers, but
all the numbers are small except for this one.
yeah, that was that month. A lot of the comics had that. They took out the month and they just put the number.
I want to know why. Was it an error? Was it?
No, I think they're just experimenting.
Okay.
Experimenting for old people.
Well, I don't know for what. I mean, but
They had the foresight that their their audience would eventually.
yeah, I mean, I don't know why exactly, but they did that.
Secret 77 from Library 88. What's going on here?
Yeah, but there's a lot from that month. If you look at Marvel from that month, here, let me look it up here.
You gotta love these covers, man.
84.
Beautiful.
What month was that? 77 from, Ray?
Talking to me?
Yeah, the issue 77, right?
Oh no, it doesn't say it. You can't forget it. I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
77.
Yeah.
You guys are up all of a sudden.
Roger's on the hunt for information.
I'm on the hunt for the other issues like it. Hold on.
Someone says May, the Jackson Roy Kirk.
May. Okay. All right.
Oh, what month? I couldn't hear you. You guys were breaking up. It was weird.
It's all
Hey,
good.
listen.
It's just the internet.
We're comic geeks. Of course, we're weird.
78.
Okay, so it's May 78. Cover date.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
JRK and the 88 are saying May 78.
May 78. Okay, hold on. Oh, come on.
Beautiful.
Man, you got quite a collection of these. Yeah, look up, for example, Captain Marvel 56. It has the same big numbers.
So it's that year.
It's that month,
that
right?
month,
Yeah.
that month.
Huh. Wonder why that.
Look up Defenders 59. Same thing. It's the big numbers. No
Cool.
month. Yeah, I don't know why they just did things like that to. Sometimes they'll test out different, aspects on the cover to see if it flies, see if it's better. I don't know. I don't know exactly why that happened. I could look into it. I do love that quirky kind of stuff.
Yeah, you'll make a video from it.
I probably will.
Yeah.
I have most of them from May 78. I think I'm missing a few of the non-continuity titles, but yeah, I have most of them.
94.
Yeah, Avengers 171. Yep. ASM 180. Yep. Cool.
95.
Yeah, now we're getting into the 100s here, I do believe, or 90s, late 90s, 100s.
95.
Of Fantastic Four, of the original.
Oh.
I decided to pull the reprints out from the main titles because I got a whole short box is supposedly of Amazing Spider-Man, but at the first part of it's all Marvel Tales.
Marvel Tales.
So I got to stop that. I'm gonna just.
No, I mean, listen, chronological works, right? I mean, as long as
It
it's safe
does,
for
but
you.
Marvel's greatest
yeah, I
collection.
get what you're saying.
Ah,
Looks
now you're
beautiful.
going. Okay, this is much later. Yeah.
Is that Bagley? Mark Bagley, perhaps?
The big eyes look like Bagley. Yeah.
He evolved from Amazing Spider-Man to the
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You done, Ray?
Yep, that's the whole box.
Ray,
the whole
that
box.
was
All
so
right.
awesome, man.
That's
Nice work.
that's a good point to stop anyway, because we've been on almost an hour. 2
Oh,
hours.
wow.
Almost 2 hours, guys. So
Wow.
let's see what else we got here. Yep. Yeah. I think that month and maybe another had those big numbers. Still here, Eric Breen. Yeah, Eric might know. Yeah, Eric is one of those guys that has very deep knowledge of a lot of these arcane facts, you know.
Very cool. Love it.
So,
Love the knowledge, man.
Yeah. So we got a lot of, thank God we have a lot of the people like that in the community.
Yeah.
You know, that can shed light on some of these strange happenings, you know.
Yeah.
April 78 was as well. Okay. I knew it was a couple months. Yeah. I knew it was a couple months. I think Marvel was just playing around with the change in that little price box. But obviously it didn't stick, so it didn't work. So. All right, gentlemen, let's get going.
Okay.
Go bother your wives. I'm going to call mine, see how she's doing at guide dog school.
Thanks for having me on. You know.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for
Ray,
coming
as
on.
always, thank you for figuring it out, because without you here, buddy, it just is not the same. It's just not the same.
Thanks, Roger.
Sure,
Thanks for coming on that Thursday show. It's chaotic.
Man. And everybody, if you like this format, come on Thursday. You're going to see a lot of other cool guys there.
Yeah,
with all kinds of different comics.
Yeah,
great guys.
Dr.
I don't know. Easy is, I think he's taking a sabbatical because of his dad.
God bless Easy. God bless you, brother, if you're seeing this in your family. And we'll see you soon, my friends.
Yeah, I hope Dad gets well very soon. We need you back. We love you.
Yeah,
and we miss you greatly, because you are a unique addition to this community.
Yeah. So we normally have Easy. We have Cheap Comic Collector, Dr. Silver Age. Sometimes
Rob.
Metarog. Sometimes
Metarog. We got Rob.
Sometimes Higgy. Even Higgy.
Sometimes Higgy. Yeah. You never know who might show up. You know.
And Couple Comics sometimes. So
yeah, Will. Great guy. I met at Heroes Con as well.
It's called Chaotic Comic Book Cover Displays and More with Friends. So it's the longest title on YouTube. Just so
I think you got to get together with Dope. Dope with the worst show. You with the longest title. That's a perfect marriage right there.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and the chat was a blast. You know.
Oh yeah.
I love being on this show.
Yeah, the chats in our streams are just the best. These are knowledgeable. They behave themselves, except for Jackson Roykirk.
Jackson.
And they add a lot. They add a lot to the stream. They add a lot. They are just as vital as we are, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. God bless. Take care of yourself. Be kind to each other. Be
See you
blessed.
on the next one.
Be back.